ready for the holidays so we can actually enjoy them. So are you ready to change the way you experience the holidays and vacation? In this webinar, I'm going to share simple tips to prepare for the holiday season or the vacation so you actually can enjoy them and live in the present. By the end of our time together, you're going to feel excited for the holidays and not fear the burnout. And just to let you know, this photo was taken last year during the holiday season. It was kind of cold in Greece, but I am fine with shorts, but we were really enjoying our holiday. I want you to stay with me until the end. And for those who stay with us until the end and it's live, you are going to receive a checklist to help you prepare for the vacation holiday season. And there were going to be some other tips in there as well. So I know we have all busy lives right now. I just ask that you try to pay attention as much as you can and to put all your devices on do not disturb. I get it. We need to have our phones out. I have mine next to me. I'm a mother. We all have lives and we need to be available for emergencies. So I'm just going to ask you put it on do not disturb. All right. I want to start this off by suggesting a self-care exercise. Every morning, I want you to wake up and stretch in bed. When you stretch in bed, you're really extending your arms, your legs, and you're just thinking about your body. You're inside your body. You're not thinking about anything else. And then I want you to drink water. Drink a whole glass of water, especially around these times. We do not drink enough water because usually in most parts of the world, it's cooler. So we think, oh, we don't need enough water. We don't need to hydrate. And we really do. And then I want you to say out loud, not just think it, but say out loud 3 things you are grateful for. Saying something out loud really has a different effect on you. By saying, this morning I woke up and said, I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for a roof over my head. And I'm grateful to be, waking up every day, loving what I do and doing webinars with you today. So I'm very grateful for you. I want you to then experience nature. If you, live by the water, go put your feet in the water. If you live in the forest or by dirt, go put your feet in the dirt. There's something very grounding about nature. I have lived in the city many, many years, so I understand we don't all have the, the water, the forest, everything like that. Sometimes we have apartment buildings and streets and, what you can do then is you can just go outside, even on your balcony, and breathe in air. Air is nature. Just don't stay inside the whole time. Experience, because it really wakes you up to say you're part of a bigger picture. You're part of a bigger world. I want you to do something that makes you feel good in the morning. For me, it's stretching or meditating. Some people like to listen to a podcast. Just take some time, hopefully more than 2 minutes, to do something you like, and then dance it out. Me and my son have a dancing party every morning, and then mornings that my husband can make it, he does it as well. It really, you don't have to be a professional dancer, just, shake it out. And it starts off your day on a really good note. Now, I want you to ask whoever your spiritual guide is, if you believe in God, it could be nature, it could be the universe, just say whatever is going to happen today, let it be for the highest good. And I want you to remember that, because at the end, most of the time in my life, I've looked back and things that have happened have been for the highest good, even though it doesn't feel like in the moment. And I want you to repeat this exercise every morning in order for it to become a routine, because when it becomes a routine, you do it through your preparations and on vacation. And that is part of self-care, keeping you healthy, happy, and balanced. All right, now I want to see if any or all of this describes you. You yearn to spend quality time with loved ones without stress of the schedule or the holiday rush. You want to go into the holiday vacation season refreshed and not in need of recovering from the stress of preparing to go on holiday. You want a holiday schedule that is realistic and allows for spontaneity. A lot of this times we miss the moments because we're always planning ahead. And a lot of people, I know myself included, want a holiday that I can just enjoy the moment and be spontaneous. I love this photo. Are you sick of being sick during the holiday vacation season? Or are you sick of people commenting on how you were always sick during this time of year? I know that when I used to always hear, oh, you're always sick, I would take offense to it like it was an insult or something, where it was just a statement of fact. And now looking back, I realized that I was probably just not wanting to hear it because I would have to look at how I have completely neglected myself. So which one are you? Just take a moment and write in the comment section, if you're 1, 2, 3, or 4, or if you're all of them. I'll give you a minute. And the comment section, it can be the chat section for those. You can press the little dotted line. Okay. Give it 10 more seconds. Well, on the left is Marielena 2.0, okay? Before, when I was Marielena 1.0, I was a bona fide burnout extraordinaire. I got everything done for others, work, family, but never for me. And I never felt refreshed going into, during, or after vacation during the holidays. That was Marielena 1.0. Now, what you see on the left is actually on Christmas Day of 2020. And that was the first Christmas where I felt I was able to enjoy the moment. I did not get sick, and I was relaxed, as you can see. So then I said enough. And I wanted to practice self-care and be in the moment. And at 38, I now live in the moment during the holidays. I don't get sick. I have time and energy for the people I want to spend time with, including myself. Just a side note, this photo, the lioness is actually yawning, but it looks like she's angry. And we were at the zoo in Athens and we had so much fun just posing and taking funny photos. And this is part of living in the now. I want you now to imagine the possibilities. Can you imagine being at a gathering during the holiday vacation season and allowing yourself to not be on a time schedule? Can you imagine no to-do list in your mind of people to see, food to cook, or tomorrow's schedule? I don't know about you, but that was always on my mind. Okay, what do I have to do next? And I was present physically, but not emotionally or mentally in the moment. Can you imagine no holiday stress? So what I want for you, and this is why I'm making this webinar, is I want you to chuck the belief that holidays will be stressful no matter what. That is what, commercials say to sell you self-care products. I just saw one the other day that was for like a massage apparatus, and they was like, well, you can't control the holidays and you're going to get stressed out, but you can have a massage, thing for your shoulders. And the massage thing is good and all, but I want you to know that you have complete control over how you will feel during the holidays. So I want you to open yourself up to the possibility that you will be on vacation, filled with love and activities that will fill your soul. So much so that you go back to the daily life feeling re-energized, happy, and not resentful. So if you're anything like me, you like to know where you're going. I was much more of a control freak. Now I'm less, but I still like to know kind of, what's the structure. So I'm just going to give you a quick synopsis of what we're going to be talking about. So I'm first going to talk about how to prepare for time off without using vacation days meant for enjoying life. Then I'm going to talk about setting and sticking to boundaries regarding your holiday schedule. Then we're going to talk about the need to ask for help. It's a big one. Then we're going to talk about supporting others to enjoy their vacation and their time off. Then I'm going to talk to you about the one course to host, eat, and enjoy company on your own terms without stress. And this is something that I'll offer to you guys. It's a digital course I created, and I want to talk to you about it because it's one area that it's a holiday event that you can do together and you can give as a gift. And it's all about being present. And how you can work with me, we're then going to discuss. And finally, we're going to get to a live question and answer with me. And it can be a live question and answer, it can be a discussion. I'm looking forward to seeing your faces. And we will have video availability for those who want to talk to me face-to-face rather than voice-to-voice or typing. It's whatever you feel comfortable with, because I totally understand that there's some people that don't like the camera. All right, let's get started. So for tip number 1, I want you to prepare for time off without using vacation days meant for enjoying life. I don't know about you, but so many times I would have to take a day or two of my own personal time off to prepare for my time off, which is ridiculous. This photo always cracks me up. So I want you to write in the comment section true if any and all of this applies to you as I'm reading it out loud. You have stayed up late at work to finish everything before you take time off. You have left personal errands needed for your vacation for the weekend. No matter how far in advance you plan, you always stay up late packing the last night. That always happens to me. You take vacation time to prep for going on vacation. You spend the first couple days on vacation resting, recovering from being sick, or not motivated to do activities. This photo really speaks to me because the marathon finish line, I felt as if I was on a marathon of preparing for vacation, and I collapsed at the starting point. And what the starting point was, it was my vacation. So that's exactly how I felt like. Probably looked like. So remember I told you about Marilena 2.0? Now I'm going to read and show you about Marilena 1.0, as you can see her in this photo. So I would work 14-hour days ensuring that my coverage was provided for at work. I left packing for the night before or took vacation time to prepare for the holidays. And I left all personal preparations, my hair, nails, shopping, packing for the weekend. And I never enjoyed the weekend. And I entered my vacation holiday season exhausted and sick. That was a very naughty Marilena 1.0. So what did I learn? And why I'm sharing this with you and what I want you to learn is I learned to prepare in advance. So I gave as much care and self-care preparing to go on vacation as I did ensuring coverage for housework, work, school was seamless. And that meant making time to relax during the preparation phase. And I really want to hit home on this comment. I learned to prepare in advance, so I gave as much care and self-care to prepare to go on vacation. So all the time you plan of making sure everybody else is covered, your work, your housework, whether it's school, whether other people in your life, making sure that they're ready. I want you to put just as much effort or more in taking care of yourself. Because when you do that, you enter into vacation with the ability to enjoy it. And That means relaxing throughout your preparation phase. And that's why I love this quote. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is relax. Okay? So here are some things that you can do to make sure you're prepared and to prepare to go on vacation. Communicate your holiday time off in advance. Most of the time, we know around this time of year what days we're going to be taking it off. Doesn't mean that you celebrate a certain religious time or not, but you know that there's gatherings with your family. You know that your company has some days off. So if it's in work, go to them as far in advance as possible and say, I request this time off, and this is my coverage plan. And you should be doing that at home as well, at school, especially if you're going to miss certain days, or if your child is going to miss certain days. And it shows you're responsible and it shows you're ahead of the game. Then I want you to make a list of all that needs to be done prior to vacation and make a tentative schedule to be done 3 days prior to that time off. And why do I say 3 days? Well, because something will always come up, whether it's somebody asking for help that you want to help, whether it's a last minute passion project. And also, I still have this problem of unrealistically planning my day where I think I can get, 1,000 things done and I end up getting like 2. And that's been, exaggerated by the fact that I have a child now. So when I'm alone with my son, something that would usually take me 5 minutes takes, like 30 hours. So by giving yourself that wiggle room, it protects you from having that last minute stress. And then I want you to plan. I want you to plan personal errands for holiday vacation throughout the week, leaving the weekend to do what we are supposed to do, is to enjoy it. And this is something I want you to do in general, not just when you're planning to go on vacation, because so many a time we dedicate our lives to the daily grind of Monday through Friday, and anything that is to take care of ourselves, we push aside or we leave to the weekend. Well, the weekend is to take care of yourself, because what happens then is you go into Monday burnt out and not energized to start the week again, and it's just a continual revolving door of burnout. I want you to be non-negotiable with your self-care routine. Remember, an empty lantern provides no light. Self-care is the fuel that allows your light to shine brightly. So you really need to continue your self-care routine, whether that's exercise, sleep, quality time with loved ones, throughout the whole preparation and vacation time. If you don't have a self-care routine, especially in the morning, start it now. You want to go on vacation with this routine in place, because it will keep you grounded, it will keep you knowledgeable of what's important in life, and it will keep you healthy. Your turn. I'm going to take a minute and let you write a promise to yourself today. So in the comment section, write one item from this segment you will implement this season. And just so you know, you can send it, there's a little thing on the chat settings that you can make it so you send it just to us if you just want it to go to me and Avi. And it can be confidential, or you can share it with the group. So I'll wait. Okay, I'm asking to see the previous slide. And just so you know too, if you're here till the end and stay live, you also will get a PDF emailed to you after the presentation with a checklist that includes a lot of the nuggets of information throughout this presentation. All right. Tip 2, set and stick to boundaries regarding your schedule during the holiday season. This is a big one. Have you ever felt, one or any of the following? That it feels like holiday vacation is a race to see people and make all events. You return from time off resentful that you didn't do anything you wanted to do, and you let others dictate your schedule, leaving you exhausted and maybe even sick at the end. Well, here comes Marilena 1.0 again, that naughty girl. I did not plan well for the holidays, and I basically just packed my schedule and I allowed for no wiggle room. In order to avoid conflict or hurting others' feelings, I said yes to attending events I didn't want to attend, and I sacrificed me time. Big no-no, Marilena 1.0. And what happened? There's a common theme here. I entered my vacation holiday season with no schedule, and I exited exhausted with the feeling I rushed through my days. That's an awful, awful feeling. So what I want from you, set your boundaries and stick to them. Like it says right here in this quote, good boundaries make good relationships, just like good fences make good neighbors. You're not only helping yourself by setting boundaries, you are helping others so they know where your boundaries are, what they can't cross, and also sets an example for other people to set their boundaries. Now is the time to take action. So be firm when you're communicating you are preparing or on vacation, and don't feel guilty. A lot of the time, and I especially see this in women, is if people, friends, colleagues at work, or people, your family text you, a lot of women will respond saying, "Oh, sorry for the delay, I'm on vacation." Unless it's something urgent or it's one of those family members that's going to give you hell if you don't respond. Then if you have to respond and it's work and it's urgent, fine. But if it's not, set an example and say, I'm on vacation, or I'm preparing to go on vacation. You know how this time of year goes. And just say, can we circle back, in the new year? And it's okay, but stop apologizing. I want you to set a tentative schedule before the holidays for the holiday season. And why do I say that? I know I'm talking about spontaneity. So you might be like, well, Marilena, how can I be spontaneous if I'm, scheduling? Well, you're not going to schedule your entire days. You're just going to make sure you reserve time for the things you want to do. So reserve time for the people you want to see, for the events you want to go to, and for me time. And then you can see your schedule ahead of time. So when people ask you to do things, it's easier to say no, and it's also easier to see where everything falls in on your schedule. And while you're scheduling, I want you to block out free days. I would love for you to block out free days, but if you can't, at least free time. Like, don't have, one holiday lunch from 11 to 2 and then say, okay, from 3 to 5, I'm going to go, to this person's house. Give yourself some hours, either to rest, to do something fun, to go for a walk, or also to allow, again, for spontaneity. How many times has one coffee turned into, a night out with the girls or the guys, or, there's somebody that shows up unexpectedly and you want to go, see a museum. So I allow yourself to live life. And I want you to have your unable to attend statement already prepped in advance. For you, and I was one of them, the nice people, you never want to hurt people's feelings. And, sometimes you grasp at, straws when you're trying to basically say no in a kind way. So here are some, suggestions. If someone asks you to an event that you can't go to, you can say, thank you for inviting me. Unfortunately, my schedule doesn't allow it. You know how the season goes. Now, if you really want to see them, you can say, but when the season settles down, let's plan something. Or you can say, well, I can't make your event. I would like to spend quality time with you. A group of us are going out on, and you say the date, would you want to join? Now, only say that if you really want to see somebody. If you don't, you're fine with saying, you know how the season goes. That's it. And don't let them be pushy. We'll talk about that later. But plan an event in advance. This is another tip. I will talk about my upcoming digital course later in the webinar, and how it can help you. But in short, planning an event in advance means that you can get everyone you want to see in one place, and that avoids you going from house to house and saves you time as well. All right. Now we're going on to tip 3. Ask for help. This is a really, really big one that a lot of us do not seem to do. Okay, I love this quote. Asking for help isn't weak. It's a great example of how to take care of yourself. I'm going to read that again because this is really true and we just glaze over it all the time. Asking for help isn't weak. It's a great example of how to take care of yourself. Now, I don't know who this young lady is here on the stand-up paddleboard, but I have a paddleboard and I just can't do yoga yet. So I'm putting her on this photo. But when you ask for help, you're allowing yourself to have time as well to take care of yourself. So think about it that way. Oh, here comes Marilena. Oops, sorry guys. 1.0 again, that naughty girl. I would try to do everything by myself so people could say, I don't know how you do it. Back then it was like a badge of honor for me. Now I said, I don't do it. Marilena 1.0 would say, would think that people would think I wasn't organized or prepared if I asked for help. I would feel guilty and selfish asking someone to help me when I was so used to helping others. It was my role to help my friends, to help people at work. And I just didn't know how to ask for help, or I felt guilty. And then I entered, here comes the theme again. I entered my vacation holiday season exhausted and sick. Naughty, naughty Marilena 1.0. So step 1 here, don't get into the panic stage. Don't get to the panic stage. Ask for help in advance. Because if you get to the point of being panicked, then asking for help, it will help a little bit, but you just want to avoid the panic. So for example, if you know you're going on a trip and you hate packing, or that it's something that always gets left, till last minute until 3 a.m, ask for help. That's what I just did this time around when I was traveling from Greece to Los Angeles. It could be for running errands. If somebody's in the area, say, hey, you know what, I'm getting ready for vacation, or this trip. Can you help me? I know you live on this side of town. People want to help, just ask them. Any preparation needs, and, babysitting is a big one, just asking, hey, can you watch my, son, daughter, so that I can get ready for vacation, or so I can have self-care. And so why are we asking for help? So like I just said, you ask for help in advance so you don't get to the panic stage, so you have time to continue your self-care routine, and so you aren't rushed, stressed, sleep deprived before the time off even starts, okay? A lot of the time it's all in how you ask. A question really is a window. It tells you what's going on with the other person. I always find it best to ask the person face to face, or at least voice to voice. It makes it more personal, and it shows that you're really asking them and you need them for help. I'm not saying this as a manipulative tactic, because it's harder to say no to your face, but it makes it more personal, and they see why you're asking for help. You can really tell when someone's asking for help because they need it by how they ask. If you can't do it, the next step is, send a group text and ask for volunteers to help you. A lot of people might be afraid that the innocent bystander effect might happen, where they can't, everyone's going to say, oh, someone else will respond to that text. But, it's better than nothing to ask, your friends or your family members for help in a group text if you can't do the one-on-one. I want you to be vulnerable. Now, of course, you have to be vulnerable with people you feel comfortable with, but with your close family, your close friends, whoever they are, it's okay to say, you know what, I'm terrified of being burnt out again, or I'm, hanging on by a thread right now and I need to go on vacation, but I don't want to go sick and I have X, Y, and Z to help, or I haven't slept many nights right now because of my newborn. Can you please just watch my child so I can sleep? So just be vulnerable. Of course, be vulnerable with people you feel comfortable though. And I want you to remember that if you ask far in advance, it will be harder for someone to excuse themselves from your request if they want to help you. Like, for example, I want to help a lot of people, but people who come to me and my friends and family and ask me for last minute help, it's hard to plan because my schedule's already filled up and I'm trying to protect and set boundaries. So try to plan, and everything is planning, plan in advance to ask for help. Last piece of advice. When people offer help, please take them up on it. They're not just saying it to be nice. They care about you. And, chances are you've probably helped them a lot and you don't even know, or they just care about you and know what you're going through. So when someone says, can I help you? Say yes. Don't just think that you can do everything by yourself, because you can't. And for those not so nice people, I will not swear on this webinar, that offer their help and they don't really mean it because they know that you're going to say, oh, no, I'm fine, but thanks for, asking. You don't take them up on it one or two times. That stops that, small percentage of people that, I guess, fake ask to offer help. Once you call them on it, they will say, oops, I should never offer my help again unless I'm ready to really provide help. All right. Let's take a little 1-minute break here for you to write. I want you to make a promise to yourself right here and now. Write in the comment section one thing you will ask for help from others this season. Ready, set, type. I'll give you 2 minutes, sorry. All right, about 1 more minute we're going to give. And by the way, thank you to everybody for your comments and engaging. I love this group. All right, about 10 more seconds here and we're going to move on. All right, we're going to go into step 4. I want you to support others to enjoy their vacation. It is important to remember this quote. In order to give of yourself to others, you must first have something to give. So enjoy life, have fun, indulge yourself, be good to yourself. How can you hope to bring happiness to others if you are not happy? This is kind of like an addition of, the put your, air mask on before you help others when it, in an airplane part. You need to follow. That's why I left this as the fourth step. By following the other tips I gave you, you're going to bring energy, joy, and self-care to yourself. And so you will have enough to help others and lead by example, because you can't help others be happy, truly happy, if you're not happy. Oh, here comes one last appearance by Marilena 1.0. While I encouraged my team to enjoy their time off, I did not lead by example when I went on vacation. So, they would either see me burnt out at work, staying up late preparing, or I would answer non-urgent texts and messages on my vacation. I didn't speak up enough when I disagreed with company policy or unwritten practices with time off. I didn't stress the importance of prepping and being present during holidays and vacation. I didn't stress that to my team, to my family members, to my friends. And at work, I offered to do team members, work last minute so they could go on vacation. That did not help them, and it left me entering the holidays exhausted. And it didn't help them because basically I wasn't training them to prepare to go on vacation. I was just training them to go on vacation, not worry about, other people's work and not have a plan, and show that it's okay for others to stay up, late during when they have other obligations as well. So naughty, 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 Marilena 1.0. So as a leader, and I want you to think about this, you don't have to have the leader title on your business card. It can be anyone in the company. You're also a leader amongst your friends, your leader at school, your leader at home, no matter your age, no matter your qualifications, and you can lead by example. So when training on how someone should request time off, this is at work, also train them how to prepare so they are entering a vacation energized to enjoy time off. This is, twofold. You're training them, to request time off so that the whole office is efficient, but you're also showing that you care about the well-being of your team by showing them how to prepare so they enter vacation energized to enjoy their time off. And when they're energized to enjoy their time off, they come back to work happy, refreshed, and ready to take on and be productive. And again, like I said, lead by example. When you're prepping for a vacation and when you're on vacation, your friends, your family, your team, they're your classmates, they're looking at you. If they see that, you're burning yourself out, they're going to think that's par for the course and that's what they should be doing. So, and I want to take a side note. When I'm talking about work this entire time, and it's not just work in the office or work from home on your laptop. There the stay-at-home parents, there are the stay-at-home homemakers, household managers. That is real work too, and usually work that is 24/7. So I want you to remind your family all those, duties. You're on vacation from them. Okay, maybe, you still have to take care of your children, but, if your household, chore, or your family's household chore, your friends, or your roommates is, do the laundry or vacuum once a week, it's okay to miss a couple days if you have to be on staycation, because you want to remind others that you're going to be on time off. So that means just enjoying each other. So then set expectations with fellow vacationers that the goal is to be present and not discuss past and future events. I mean, of course, if there's some exciting events you want to talk about, that's fine. But really, it's about talking about what happened in the past, stressing out, or in the future, that's where your focus is. And then you're never in the present talking and laughing and enjoying each other's company, enjoying the activity that's involved. So it's good to just send that reminder to all vacationers. And I'm sorry about that little yellow line. I don't know where that came from. We'll fix it after, but we can go through this presentation for now. So for the students out there and for the parents of the students out there, it's really good to create a study accountability group. You create a study group and plan out how to prep for finals. There isn't a final rush causing sleep deprivation and a decreased immune system. Every holiday season, I was sick because I always planned all-nighters. So when you're in a group, you can plan more. Make a pact. Make a pact with your classmates to not talk about finals or anything school related during the holiday season. Unless, of course, you have an assignment given by a mean teacher to do over the break. Okay, that teacher might not be mean, but you get my drift. Like if it's any type of exam or schoolwork or something that stressed you out that's in the past that you can't change, there's no point of talking about it and bringing that stress into the holidays. Okay? Now I want to just offer my help, and it's something you can think about. You can contact me now or after this webinar. A lot of the time people want their work culture to change, but they're afraid to ask for a training or, mention to HR that they want to change in the culture because they're afraid that it's going to look like a complaint. Unfortunately, there's, a bad reputation in HR that, going to HR actually isn't going to help you. It's only going to make things worse. So you're going to be viewed as a troublemaker. And that's not true all the time. I will say I've worked with fantastic people in HR, and I've been in HR. So I know that there's the bad side to it as well, but to avoid the, being afraid to bring this up, I'm offering help of you can give me the contact name and I would write an email just saying that an anonymous attendee suggested this webinar for the betterment of their work environment. And again, if you have a friend or colleague who has complained, you can tell them to, see this webinar. We have one more training in English that's going to be on Wednesday. And we'll send that to you in the email as well. And you can encourage them to reach out to me as well. And I will, of course, keep people's names anonymous. And again, with your academic institution, if you think they could, benefit from this webinar, I'm happy to say, someone has anonymously given me your information and they think it would be for the betterment of the, academic institution as a whole. And I can even offer to go and, give a training or give a, online training. The only place of work I cannot then send this to is the home. I have a undergrad in psychology, but I didn't practice too much family law when I was an attorney. So leave that to other professionals. But I think using these tips will help you. All right, so congratulations. You've learned tips to help enter the holidays vacation season energized and ready to be present. Are you already daydreaming of what to do with the extra free time you have created for yourself? I know I am. At this point, I have some questions for you. And no, this is for all your attorneys out there. I'm not doing the Socratic method now. Now that you have the tools to prepare for the holidays, do you want me to teach you an incredible way to enjoy this holiday vacation season while you're on vacation? Is this you? Have you dreamt of hosting a holiday meal or party without the stress or burnout? Meaning, you don't work so hard the day of that by the time it gets, to the party, you still have your apron on, your hair's up in a half bun, or your hair's down, you have a hat on and you have like flour all over your face. Do you want to wow your guests? Do you want to organize all the people you want to see during the holidays in one place so you don't spend unnecessary time traveling from house to house? Have you dreamt of getting compliments to the chef at a holiday party, all the while being energized and present enough to enjoy the experience? Well, okay, one last question. Well, for now, do you and your guests want to be transported to Greece on your dining experience? Well, virtually. I can't offer you guys all tickets to Greece. Just look at that view. All All right. Sorry. One more last question. Actually, sorry, not sorry. You'll see why. Would you like this sweetie pie to teach you to make something sweet for the last course of your dining experience? I mean, who could say no? So you have option one, keep dreaming and don't take action. Let your fears of cooking a holiday meal win. Say, I will try next year. Or option two, you're going to let me and my trusted sidekicks virtually hold your hand as you create a memorable dining experience for your guests and for you, because you matter just like everybody else matters. So you're invited to enroll in my course. It's a digital course, an online course to create a Greek holiday dining experience fit for God and your mother-in-law. Now, I'm not trying to knock the mother-in-laws. It's just a play on words. It's basically that, a lot of time people are afraid to host because of the critics. And in our literature and our history, who has been more critical than the mother-in-law, right? So no comment on my mother-in-law, but this is the name of the course. So this course will provide you with all the steps in preparing, cooking, and hosting a dining experience fit for a Greek god and your mother-in-law. What you'll get, you're going to save time by gathering all your loved ones in one place. So if you invite everyone you want to see in one place, of course, with COVID, you have to follow all the regulations, but you're going to avoid having to drive from place to place to place. You're going to create a warm, happy, and yummy environment. And this is what I really, really want for you. You're going to show up to your event refreshed, happy, and energized to eat, drink, and party. And maybe say, Oppa. I know tons of times I never even got to prep or just take an hour nap before the event or just feel like I was going to a party as well. I felt burnt out before the party started. So I'm just going to run you through the lessons that's going to be on this course. The first lesson or module is prepare for your dining experience. And it again shows you how to prepare so you're not burnt out. And there's things you can do prior so you're not doing everything the last minute. Module 2 is going to make, oh my God, I'm getting hungry. Make tzatziki that would impress Marilena. Tzatziki is the yogurt, garlic, cucumber dip. And just to let you know, it is the only item I taste tested more than once for my wedding, 3 times. My wedding was #tzatziki wedding. Then we're going to go into module 3, which is making the main dish. And it's going to make a traditional dish they make during the holidays, stifado, which is a stew. And we're going to be doing jackrabbit, which is delicious, but you can use any other type of game as well. And a lot of people are afraid to make it because of past generations saying, oh, you can't do it. Your new generation doesn't know how to cook. So we've made it easy. We'll hold your hand and have some fun. Module 4 will actually make the vegetarian or vegan option. We're going to make, it's fasolaika with a twist. So green beans and this like tomato based stew, but we're going to add a little twist. And module 5 is to, show you how to actually host the dining experience and how to enjoy yourself. So that's a total value of $599 you're getting. That's not what I'm going to charge, but that's the value of what you're getting. Then you're also going to get a bonus. You're going to learn how to make my famous brownies. Now, I am going to brag because for many, many years, like over a decade, I've always been complimented on my brownies. In the past, I did it straight from the box. I was transparent and told people I use Ghirardelli and I use, chocolate chips and I use a double batch. And I told them everything I did, but they didn't believe it because it never came out the same way. But I swear I did. But now, past 2 years, I've been doing them 100% from scratch and use cacao, which is healthier. And you also are going to get my son, Emmanuel, as the sous chef. And he's hilarious and knows how to crack an egg. And people still say they're the best brownies they've ever had. So it's something that you can provide year round, in the summer with ice cream, in the winter by itself, and they're delicious. So I'm not special. Well, I am special, but I'm just saying in the sense that I wasn't born with the knowledge to cook, plan, or host. I'm just a learning nerd. My friends call me, Hermione, for those Harry Potter fans out there. I just love to host. I love to learn how to cook, and I want to share the lessons I learned from my mistakes, so you don't make the same mistakes of burnout. P.S. I might not be special, but Emmanuel and my father-in-law, who's my co-teacher in most of the events, they certainly are. So you'll also get other bonuses. You'll get PDF documents to take home. So you'll get all of the recipes, and you'll get a checklist to prepare and a checklist to host. And you'll get a bonus 3 is just fun and laughs with your special guests, which is my father-in-law and my son. And to let you know, a lot of people were getting confused about digital course. You have until the 16th of December to buy, but it's going to be available starting on the 18th, and you can watch it on, it's sent to you. You're going to be part of a membership group, and you can watch it for 2 months. You have 2 months to watch it at your own pace. You can watch it and rewatch it, and then you keep the PDFs forever. So that's a total value of $847 plus one priceless bonus, which is fun and laughs with us. So what it costs, it's not going to be $847. It's $149. I want to make this available for, everybody to really give themselves the gift of the experience and to learn how to not burn out during hosting an event and to do a unique dinner. You don't have to be Greek or live in Greece to do this. And also this is a perfect gift to give to somebody else because you're giving an experience, you're giving knowledge. And it's something you can do as a family or with your partner or with your friend, or with your child. So Avi is going to right now in the comment section leave the whole link for the checkout. You can also later go to marilenaflores.com and then just click join, and it will set you up for the registration. So this is what the registration checkout page will look like. I made this course for people like you. So if, you've always wanted to be able to host a dining experience but you also want to have energy to enjoy it, this course is for you. Like, have you dreamt of having time to calmly get dressed, primped, or party by yourself before the guest arrives? Have you fantasized about taking a nap or doing other self-care before the event? This course is for you. I'll help you. You are afraid to cook a holiday meal, but you secretly want to throw the holiday dining, but you secretly want to throw the holiday dining experience of the year. You want to enter the world of hosting meals, but you aren't Monica from Friends, and you don't want the critics to intimidate you to not cook for your guests. This course is for you because you're just going to have a team member virtually holding your hand. You were overwhelmed at the thought of all the time needed to prepare, cook, and host. You want to take a nap at the thought of it. This is for you because I'll lay out a plan so you aren't overwhelmed. And you love Greek food. This course is for you. So I'm going to go through 3 objections or concerns that people have been giving me that I can't cook. Well, yes, you can. Cooking is just following directions and adding your love and any twists you want. Your love is a big ingredient, and we give you the directions step by step. And if you follow the directions, you'll have a delicious meal. But once you master those directions, you can always add the twists you want. Another one is, I don't have the time. Well, yes, you do. By following the plan I provide you, you can break up the tasks so you aren't trying to do everything in one day. And also you save time by inviting people over rather than going to visit house by house. And the last one objection is, I am too much of an introvert to host. And let me debunk this objection. Hosting is for introverts. It gives you something to do, which will spark conversation. People will ask you, oh, where did you learn how to make this? Or have you ever been to Greece? Or what did you put in these brownies? They're delicious. And it also gives you excuse that if you're in an awkward social interaction of family members that you just had to invite, you can say, I have to check on something in the kitchen. So just to enroll, there's the information. Avi has also provided in the comments. as promised, for everyone that's live here, and I see who you are, you'll be sent the PDF of a bonus, checklist to help you prepare for the vacation holiday season. And it will include suggestions for setting expectations, setting boundaries, and free links for self-care. Before I get to the question and answer session of this webinar, I want to say thank you in as many languages as I can. I really, really appreciate you, and I am so grateful for this opportunity to serve you. I've been on a huge journey the past year and a half, and I am really learning about living in the present, and I want to share that with you. And I am really grateful that for the first time in my life, I'm waking up excited to take on the day, to take on work such as this webinar, my digital course, my newsletter, my book, and I'm so happy for your support. And if you have it in your heart, I would love for you to share, my digital course with people who you think would benefit. Also share my webinar and any other ways I can, serve the community. So I'm wishing you a wonderful winter vacation holiday season full of quality time, re-energizing activities, self-care, and of course, amazing food. All right, so we're going to get to the question and answer period. I'm going to end this presentation here so you can see my face.